Creating assignments. Let's take a look at how to add an assignment into your course in Wolfden. Once you've set up your modules or your units and types, you can go to the unit you would like to add an assignment in. In this instance, we're going to add a unit in Module 8 called Creating Assignments. So we will go to the Add an Assignment link where the green plus is. Click on Add an Assignment. A pop-up window will open. You have several different formats of assignment types that you can choose from. The online test format, the file upload format. So if you would like your students to submit a paper to you and turn it in online in your course through Wolfden, you'll choose the file upload format. The forum format is how you tie an assignment to a discussion forum that you've already created under the discussion forum home. The basic format is for everything else. If you have a reading assignment that you would like for your students to read, or directions that you would like for them to read, or handouts that you would like for them to read, you can use the basic format. So we will go through that option right now. So I will click on the basic format. You will then have a general assignment information window open. A few things I want to review with you here. You have to have the name of the assignment included. In this instance, we are going to have assignment overview. We see that it's already in Module 8, Creating Assignments. However, if I wanted to change that unit, I can click on the drop-down menu and choose a unit to put it in. The type will default to the first thing in your type list. This is not an application assignment. Instead, this is actually a reading assignment or a listening video podcast, as I'm making a video podcast. So in this instance, I'm going to choose podcast listening video because that's the type of assignment that I'm going to create. The audience, you need to decide if it's for the entire class or selected students. The default will always be the entire class. The due date, you have to put a due date in or the assignment will not be accepted. In this instance, I'm going to put the due date for May 31st at midnight. When you include a due date in your calendar, this should automatically populate into your course calendar. If you do not want this to show up in your course calendar, you will select Hide this assignment from all my calendar feeds. However, I want this to show up. Open. Do you want the students to be able to see this assignment now? Or do you want them to see it later? Or do you want to have rules that you define? I encourage you to play with the rules that you define. This is wonderful for a quiz. I'm going to actually use this option right now. So if I click on based on rules I defined, I can also click display to student before it is open. Now, if this were a quiz, the student could not see the contents of the quiz, but they could see the name of the quiz in their assignment list under coursework. So here you could actually put in a date in the future. So if I don't want this to open today, I want it to open Monday, I can put that there. Or I could put down at a certain time. So there are some different rules that you could add in here. I encourage you to get familiar with those. We'll just say 2:30 p.m. Now, is this graded? Is it graded with a rubric? Is this a credit or no credit, which is the same as pass or fail? Or is this not graded? In my instance, this is a not graded reading assignment. One thing to note, when you have an assignment that is not graded, you cannot tell if the student has completed it or not unless you look at the usage statistics right here of students in your class. This is a great thing to have because you would have a due date if you want them to read chapters 1 through 3 by a particular due date, or if you want them to read a PowerPoint presentation, if you want them to read some literature that you want to discuss in class. This is a great way to create that reading assignment. If this were graded, you could actually choose when do you want to show the grade, out of how many points, include in final grade, etc., etc. So make sure that you pay attention to all of those drop-down menus. Basic assignment options number 2. If you are using a paper where you use Turnitin, this is where you actually set up your Turnitin assignment. There's more training available on that. But this is how you would add that particular learning tool if this were a paper that you wanted to grade via Turnitin. Step 3, these are the directions of the file. Let me grab these directions super fast, and I will show you exactly how I do this. I have written my lecture material in my OneNote notebook. Now I'm going to paste it into the instructions. These are basically my lecture notes. I'm going to increase the font. I'm going to call this, what is the name of my assignment? Assignment Overview. I'm going to use my WYSIWYG editor, and I'm going to give it color. Remove some extra spacing. Make sure everything looks okay. And I'm also going to add a file that I created. Through Moxie Manager. And where did I put it? Right there, it's selected. Hit Insert, Add File. So now let's take another quick look at our basic assignment. We have the name, we have unit, so name, unit, type, audience, due date. I'm actually going to open this now. And I have all of my instructions and files. PDF below. And let's finish adjusting this because I am going to release this to everyone to see now. Okay, save your new assignment. When this saves, we will scroll down to our Unit 8, which is where we just added this. And right here is my new assignment that I just created. It is a podcast listening video. Thank you. I hope this has helped.